what's going on around them so that they are able to make good choices. So this is wonderful. In their everyday workaday world, she, like everybody else, gets busy, but she always takes the time to take a little bit of time to get into herself. So I'd like to introduce Cheryl and ask her for a few.
How exciting to be here with Barb. I wanted to hip check her up here. The energy's moving. Can you feel it?
Oh, yeah.
We have a beautiful, beautiful day. And what a great song to start with. I want to just acknowledge each one of you here for being here today. Because in being here in your chairs, you are allowing yourself to be a channel for Spirit just as I am. And today's message is literally going to be channeled because all the things that I had planned, Spirit said, no, wait till you get there. I'll speak through you. So I invite you to surrender with me today to this amazing force of love that is inside each and every one of us. And I invite you to bring that force of love into the areas of your life that may not feel so loving. I had an experience recently where I was really going into a little bit of the dark night of the soul. And those of you who walk this path, you know what that means. We have all this hope and all of this inspiration and all of this joy available to us all the time. But sometimes we just, to be honest, sometimes we get scared. Or sometimes we forget and we don't feel so connected. And the lovely thing that brought me back to my center this last week was the reminder of the faith that I grew up with. I got the joy down in my heart. I learned that song when I was a little girl. And my walk with God was the most real thing in my life when I was younger. And I am so grateful that it was so real to me when I was young because I took it into my adult life. And as an adult, when we deal with things that are really important, we kind of forget the basics, don't we? So I'm here today to just literally share with you what I'm hearing to tell you today, which is just a reminder. How many of you had the experience of going to Sunday school when you were younger? Okay, so what happened here? How many of you actually memorized Bible verses as a part of that experience? Yeah. So one thing that really stood out of my mind, when I get scared and I forget and I feel like God's a million miles away, it was amazing how many Bible verses I memorized when I was younger that would come back to me. And we thought, as adults, that's a really powerful tool. Why don't we use it? Why don't we commit to memory the things that speak to us and the things that inspire us? Because those are the little breadcrumbs in the forest, a little trail that we've left behind us to find our way home. So the kingdom of God is within us. And I shared a couple of Bible verses with you today that really meant a lot to me in my process, and I just want to share them with you. Give you a couple of minutes to just ponder the wisdom behind words. Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. All things work together for good. Silver lining in everything. And a silver lining in the times when we even forget. So we learn through contrast. We learn through not knowing love. We learn through forgetting and then remembering. But all things work together for good. And what a wonderful foundation to work with. Because the message of Christ, the message of all the great masters, is to live in joy. To live in joy. So as we go through our day, ladder of our lives where we perhaps go into fear or worry or doubt. So the reminder is, all things work together for good. We are called according to His purpose. And my experience of that purpose is that we are called to live in our joy. And anything less than that is just a reminder to come back to God, come back to source, come back to your center where you communicate with the divine. Another verse I've shared with you here is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I remember that verse coming in real handy when I was in high school studying. And we've got a young one on this today. What's your name, sweetie? She's shy. What's her name, Mom? Sarah. Sarah, how lovely to know that you have all that you need at a very, very young age. And Mom, so do you. And every one of you, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's the magic of believing, the magic of faith, the magic of application. And what is magic? Other than allowing the Spirit of God to flow through us, to create gold where we had lead, to create order where we had chaos, and to create acceptance where we had resistance. There's a lovely quote by Gandhi who says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And that begins with attentiveness to the heart. What's going inside your heart and what's going on inside your mind? You know that lovely mental chatter that we all get? And so the invitation remains, where Christ said, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone open the door and let me in, I will come in and commune with him." So the door of our heart is the entryway into our joy, into our communication with Spirit, and into our communication with each other. So I invite you to consider the aspect of positively speaking. I was invited by a friend of mine, a whistler, who started a campaign, and she created these bracelets as a reminder to speak positively. So I brought the campaign to the Lower Mainland. And boy, I tell you, it takes 21 days to create a habit. I think I'm on attempt number 7 over the last few weeks. It's amazing how we forget ourselves. It's gut reaction to sometimes just go, "Oh, I don't like this, and this is why I don't like this." And so I encourage you today to consider the power of the pause in your communications. So it starts with the heart, goes to the mind, and comes out the mouth. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. We have help, guidance, and assistance. And to remember that as we bring in and continue to bring in the hope, the joy, the inspiration of our higher self and of Source, our Creator, we truly can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So the power of the pause in communication is extremely important, and I love to talk about that because it's the power of the pause of the Holy Spirit. It's the power of the pause and intuition. It's going into the quiet and the stillness and the deepness of your soul, of your very being. If you could take a quick snapshot of your life right now, sitting here in this place on this beautiful day, welcome to make all of this available. Why do you do it? Because you're holding the space for all of us. You're reminding us that this life is about joy. It is about victory. It is about help in our deepest and darkest moments. And it is about aligning ourselves with the power of God, the power of Source, the power that lives within you, the power that sometimes we forget we have. So this whole journey is about remembrance. It's about remembering. Oh yeah, I forgot. So little reminders like these are great. And I want to go back to the power of pause. I had the privilege of working with a voice coach who came up from the States a few years ago. So we're sitting in our chairs and he's teaching us about how to communicate more effectively and how to use the tone and the pitch of the voice. But the one technique that he taught I absolutely loved. And I'd like to run you through a quick exercise right now, if you don't mind. So sitting comfortably in your chair, you might want to close your eyes. Allow a lovely, deep breath. Connect to Source and ground Source into your very being. So allow a breath, connect to Source, and ground. And the exercise that I'm going to leave you with today, and that's it, short, sweet, simple, but the exercise I'm going to leave you with today is the next time you go to communicate with someone, before you speak, take a step back. Notice the mind chatter that's going on. Take your breath and connect to Source. Because it's in the power of positively speaking. It's in pausing to make sure we're connected to Source. There may be a very important message for you to deliver. So like the power of pause, like the power of intuition, like the power of just stopping, we have an invitation to constantly be aligning ourselves to power, to spirit. Meister Eckhart, the Christian mystic who lived a long time ago, had this to say: we know so many things, but we don't know ourselves. Go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. Go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. And from that place comes the communion of your spirit and your soul that is communicated to those around you. We need positive people. go of the little mind, the ego, and we listen to the stillness and the wisdom and the guidance of Spirit. Be the change you want to see in the world means that we also take risks and we let go of old ways of doing things. And perhaps today there's an opportunity for you to consider in your daily life where you can bring in just a tiny little piece of change and a big piece of Spirit. So go in peace and go in love and go in faith and go in joy. And know that you're not alone. You know that. But we are evolving, and Spirit is working with us in profound ways, and sometimes these downloads can be quite extreme, and our bodies have trouble adjusting to the intensity of the spiritual realms that we're working with. We truly do straddle two worlds, the spirit world and the physical world. So in those times, when the struggle gets hard, don't forget. You do not walk alone. So the power of the Father in your communications this week, and the attempt to keep them positive, to be aware of the places where you don't. Take time to check in. Take a breath. Check in with your spirit. Allow the greatness of who you are to be the true channel of change that this world so desperately needs. You are equipped with all that you need. You can do all things through Christ. Through that one force, all things that is within you. So take heart, have fun, and when you leave this place, know that every moment is a choice to walk in that decision, and every moment is a choice to walk in that power. So Barb, if you don't mind, I'd just like to say a prayer.
Sure.
Mother, Father God, created all that is, as we gather here together in celebration of who we are and in celebration of Spirit that moves within us and speaks to us in silence. We call on the healing that is always available. We call on power that is always available. We call on guidance. We call on faith. We call on joy. And we call on the many masters, guides, and angels that work with us. As we go into our week and we bring some focus around communication, speaking positively, may all that we are and all that we wish to be integrate in our being as we truly, truly channel the divinity of who we are and the divinity of the one who fills us. We ask this in the name of Christ. We ask this in all the names of the masters and words that work with us. We ask this in the name of all that is holy, true, and good. And we thank all of us that as we make our request, as we ask, it is given on the plan of promise. So be it.
Thank you, Cheryl. And you know, a friend of mine has coined a word called goddesses. There's no such thing as accident or coincidence. And Jean, the beautiful song that we started with, Joy, 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 really tied in with what you spoke about. And it was accidental, if you want to say that, but not really. It was a goddesses. It was in the plan that song should have been sung. So thank you, Jean, for picking that particular song. supplied Gene wasn't the same music that everybody knows for All Things Bright and Beautiful, so we would have all been kind of wondering what were we playing here. So all things happen in divine order, and everything that we need is there. Of course, you realize that we are a healing ministry here, and that we do ask all of the people that are in the congregation that if there's anybody who's ill, that we have a bowl at the back. Just put their first name in the bowl, and we will ask the healing facilitators to think about that bowl every day when they're doing their healing, and that will add energy to help the person draw energy to help heal their body from God. We also have an area in the back there that has the red chairs. Our healing facilitators will be there if anybody would like some hands-on healing during the meditation. And everybody else is going to participate because we're going to bring that energy from God through our body and allow that energy to go outward. And where one person has a thought, another person adds that thought or prayer, it multiplies 10 times, 10 times to the infinite. And so each time one of us add our prayer to another person's prayer, that causes the energy to multiply. We'd also like to talk a little bit about the fact that we sometimes do have loved ones that are in the hospital. We do have angels of mercy that we have working with us, our angels on the run, that will go to the hospital and visit if there's someone there that needs it, or someone that's at home just out of the hospital, might need a phone call, might need somebody just to go and pick up medicine or whatever. So do contact us if any of our people are in the hospital so that we can keep in touch with them. So we will put the meditation on in a moment. So anybody who would like healing would go to the back, and the healing facilitators will go back. That they are working for the whole beauty of the piece they are playing. And as you breathe the energy in and revitalize all of the energies in the body, in the cells, and the organs, know that you are doing that to bring healing to the whole. And as the energy comes in again through the tips of the toes, allow it to expand into the mind. Let the mind open and be receptive. Let the mind be positive and be healthy, so that it may touch the dreams, the ideas that God has to make you all that you can be. Allow those dreams, those thoughts, those energies to come through the mind to healthy growth, so that they will grow and produce the dream that God has for you.
the Spirit, that part of yourself that is always perfect. And allow the Spirit to communicate to the mind and the body what it needs for this journey that it is having in this physical existence. And as you have healed your own self, body, mind, and spirit, be like a pebble in a great pond of energy, and allow your energy to move forward and ripple outward, and let it touch each member in the room. And joining together, allowing the energy to draw through everyone to facilitate the healing. Taking a deep breath now, think about outside of this room into the community of your family, the community around you, of your teachers and your leaders, and allow that energy to ripple out and touch all of them so that they too may experience the wonderful healing, the wonderful peace. Allow that energy now to go forward into the world and not only touch the world's leaders, but to touch the animals, the vegetation, the waters, the atmosphere, so that they may be healed. And let us be thankful to the animals and the vegetation and the minerals that give of themselves and serve us so greatly and feed us so well. Allow us now to reach out into the universe, into other parts of the universe that we are not familiar with, for many mansions in God's world that we are not aware of every room and every mansion. But we send love and we send caring, for God promises us that love and healing is never ending. And all we need to do is ask. And the energy will follow the intention of the thought. And the healing will begin. Now, as we circle back to the seat of the soul, take a few moments just to sit quietly before you come back to your everyday workaday world, to enjoy the tranquility and the peace of the healing area of your garden, the inner garden of healing. And know that you may visit here at any time. And God has promised the love and the healing is never ending. So open your hearts, your mind, and your hand. God bless you, and He sends His angels to keep after you. bringing the energy from God to help healing. And also to all our volunteers that keep this church running every week. We have a volunteer coordinator, Maureen, and if you ever want to be ambitious enough to help us with kitchen work or giving out books at the door or any number of little jobs that go on here that people don't see are done by our volunteers, and I thank them so much, because without them our church wouldn't exist. Thank you so much. We'd also like to talk a little bit about the exciting things that are going to be happening with the church. We've had some really exciting speakers, just like our beautiful lady here, Cheryl, that come and serve on the rostrum, and we're glad of that every week. And we get up every Sunday morning rejoicing that we're so thankful that we have wonderful speakers. Next week, however, this is going to be for the congregation to participate. We've been talking for a number of months of having our Spirit Memory Day. And it started out because we had started to lose the odd loved one from our congregation. And Reverend Joyce Slayman lost her husband, Reverend Dick Slayman, back last August. And then in September we lost Margaret Wilgram, who was a dear, sweet person that was one of our congregation. We lost our choir director, Tom, and we lost a number of other loved ones throughout the year. And we decided that we would do a Spirit Memory Day, because every one of us has somebody in spirit that we would like to hear from. But I think it's our turn to talk to Spirit. And maybe they sit there lots of times and just wait for a message, like we wait for a clairvoyant message at the end of the service. They just wait to hear from us sometimes. So we're going to have candles, and we're going to have the people bring pictures and place them on the rostrum. We're going to have the ability to lay a flower, whatever you like to do, and there will be a large bowl that will contain a little message to Spirit. So you will be given some beautiful little memory cards to write a little message to your loved one, and we'll put it in there. And we are going to be really having a special day, because our musicians, Celia Collins and Jean Thomas, are going to do terrific tribute, because it's going to be violin and piano together. There's going to be a vocal and piano by Jean, who's going to sing. And then I think you're talking about some other things that you're going to do together. And so this is a really special service I would like everybody to try to get out to, and spend one day in the year to maybe put on a card, a little memory to Mom, Dad, stepfather, stepmother, anybody who has meant a lot to us, child that has passed into spirit ahead of us, and just let them know that we remember them. We had all that planned, and then we got contacted by a lady who has a friend that's coming from Cornwall, England, and she is a well-known medium, British medium, called Gail Elaine, and she's going to come in the afternoon, and those people that would like to come in the afternoon service may purchase a ticket for $30, and she's going to do angelic clairvoyance, and it's going to be from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, so a 3-hour presentation that she's going to be here and doing work so people can see how the mediums work, and you get a chance to talk to her and see how she's working. And we are going to have a potluck lunch between the church service and the time that Gail Elaine comes, because that's a long day for most of us without eating. Not that I would fade away to nothing if I didn't have something to eat, but I would like to see that everybody has something in their stomach and we don't have our tummies growling when Gail Elaine is here. So that's going to be really exciting. It's an exciting time for us. This is the first time that we've had a visiting medium from Britain come over and join us. So I do ask you to come and support both of those services, and definitely be part of that service to Spirit. And that will be wonderful. The other thing is, of course, that we'd like to know, do we have any new people in the congregation today? Welcome. I hope that you'll come back. We just love having new people join us. And for those people that don't know, we started in June the third, after Gloria and Martin, who had served for 10 years in their church here, decided to close the church so that they could go and do other ministry and have a little bit of time for themselves. And we opened the church here to accommodate a lot of people who were going to miss that church service that we had every Sunday here. And so we welcome people to come. And if you don't come, we don't have a church service, obviously. And so we're just really glad that you do come. The other thing is, any birthdays. We're going to have our pianist come up and play Happy Birthday, our Happy Birthday song. So we have any birthdays?
Grandson's Travis.
Your grandson. And my grandson is today. Andrew.
My son's birthday was yesterday.
Your son's birthday yesterday. And my darling husband's birthday is on Friday. No, Saturday. Beg your pardon. Saturday.
Next Saturday.
And Jean,
I'm Jacob.
who do you have?
Next Saturday.
22nd.
20.
So he's on the 20th.
Mine's on the 20th.
He's kind of a Libra Scorpio cusp baby.
22nd.
And that's birthday? Wow. Anybody else have any birthdays?
Daughter.
Oh, good for your daughter, too. Okay, thanks, Mike. All right, we'll sing our happy birthday song. Next week it's going to be your service, but this is a part of the service that you help us keep this church open. So we would ask for your free will offerings. And if you turn to page 21 and stand and sing the offering song. This is the part, you see it. This is the part that everybody enjoys. And if there are anybody new that's here, this is where we do the intuitiveness, allow God to come through and give the information to the medium who will give a message to you. If you choose not to have a message, you may say no thank you and she will go with someone else. But if you do like to have a message, when she comes to you, say yes, thank you. And then she gets your voice and gets into the spirit of things. So you want to go ahead and start here.
Okay, I just want to ask, is there anyone here who is a dentist or is getting some major dental work done? Is that you? Okay. Anyone else here? Either a dentist or getting major dental work done? Okay. It was interesting. I was sitting in my chair and I could feel the drill and I could smell the smoke and the grit, all that stuff. And out of the mental, out of the mind, and then just sit with it, because it feels that this is taking you into an area where you're really refining the whole intuitive process. I want to say there's no such thing as a bad decision, but on the same hand, I want to say that this is an opportunity to trust yourself. It's an opportunity to really, really trust yourself. And this is an opportunity to work with Spirit in more succinct ways. This is about you understanding your process. Okay? Does that make sense? And that's really wonderful advice for us all here. What is the process? How does that work for us? And I'm just drawn to the gentleman in the front here.
Jane.
The gentleman here? Yeah.
Yes, Andrews.
Andrew?
Andries.
Andrews?
It's a Dutch form of Andrew.
That's a long name. Okay. Andrews, there's a lot of support around you in the spirit world. There's a lot of spirit around you. There's a lot of communication. Is there a brother who was passed on quite some time ago?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of food. This is someone who enjoyed eating.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm answering for him.
Yeah, but it's okay. So lots of food, the joy of eating, and he feels like he was quite clumsy. He feels like he kind of, was he a big man? A solid man?
Yeah, he wasn't tall, but he was stocky.
Yeah, okay, because I'm seeing someone who's kind of maybe a bit clumsy because of his girth. There's some reminders of fun times. It almost feels like there's an attempt here to just communicate and clear up any misunderstanding as well. Okay, so he's showing me joyful times, but he's also showing me an opportunity here to was there misunderstanding at some point that
Nothing that they
nothing
weren't able
okay.
to,
Okay.
not between him, perhaps with other
Right.
brothers. Is he 4?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm really feeling it here. There's some emotional stuff that went on in the family then. That this man is just expressing his desire to connect here, to say hello, to reminisce with some happy memories, but also to maybe just kind of express maybe his regret for not being able to do more or say more sometimes.
There was some issues.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that he's been able to deal with them.
Yes. Yes. So that feels really good. It feels like he wants to complete that with Andrews.
Thank you.
I'm really drawn to Sarah, so Mom, I'm going to talk to you. There's just so much delight around this young one. Just so much activity around her. Huge delight, and I just encourage you as Mom, just be taking really good care of you. Okay, really good care of you, because moms are usually the ones that put themselves last, right? So, and there's an opportunity to just really be spending some one-on-one time here. Yeah. Okay, does that make sense? There's some communication that needs to take place, and perhaps some deeper inner sharing. Okay, just maybe communication around friends at school and things like that, just friendships, communication with others. Okay, we can talk later if you like. Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure, right, I love it.
And I know I have to wrap it up here, but sparkle, like sparkle, and just, wow, just keep it up, okay, keep it up. Amazing, I've got goosebumps. I'm drawn to the woman in the back there. Same for you. Keep the fish, keep the vision. A lot of vision work going on right now. click, 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 fall into place. And those that don't, they weren't meant to. So it's cut and dry, very, very cut and dry. Okay, so thank you. There's messages here for so many of you today, so if I could just finish up by saying, just, live in joy. Live in joy. Okay?
Well, we live in joy, but as long as we keep you around, it keep us joyful there. That's really good. We're going to thank a very special person, Winston, who brought me apples. And so we have some apple tarts, and we have some cookies and things that are baked and brought, and some other things that are brought by other volunteers. And so we'd like you to join us for coffee at the end of the service. Don't forget next week the big celebrations that we're having. And we would like you to join us for closing prayer, and then in a circle for number 8, God be with you. Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to join together in this joyful place, and that we keep the joy in our heart as we walk forward, that we do remember each day that we should pass our love and joy to other people. And as we do, what we seed, we grow, and it comes back 100-fold. So if we give joy and love from our heart to them, we will receive that 100-fold back from you. Amen.